right. So what we're talking about this week is Om. You know, everybody knows that sound. Everybody has heard it. But not so many people understand its meaning. And Om is said to be the sound of the universe, the first sound and continuous sound of the infinite universe. It is a contraction. Om is a contraction of the word Aum, A-U-M. You may have seen that word before. And the A is the symbol of creation of the whole universe, including this earth. And the U, for ow, it's ow, and that is the preservation and continuance, the maintenance of the universe. And the signifies transition, transformation. So it is the circle of life, and Om is often depicted as that circle. So when we start a prayer or start a chant with Om, it's like we're calling upon the universe to hear our prayer so that it reverberates everywhere. And we're going to begin our practice with the sounding of Om. So we will do it on an out breath. So take a breath in. Om. All right. So with eyes closed, begin to focus inside yourself. And pay attention to your breath. Notice your breath. Inhale deeply, a little bit more air in your lungs to fill it up. And then exhale long and slow, letting go of obstacles, letting go of toxins, letting go of everything you no longer need. Inhale, feel the breath of the universe, feel the power that is all around you, that is inside of you, your breath, and let it go. And just continue at your own pace. After your next exhale, return to your natural rhythm of breathing and open your eyes. Okay. So let's begin as usual with our side body stretch, right? Over to the right, your left arm alongside your left ear. And you know, it really doesn't matter which side you start on. It's just how I'm giving you instructions, but you can be on the other side. Bend your elbow maybe a little bit more deeply, your right elbow, if that's comfortable for you. Push into your hand and twist a little, opening up your heart. Inhale, and on an exhale, place your left hand on your right knee, your right arm behind you for support. Look over your right shoulder. Feel your spine lengthening on your inhale. And maybe you'll twist a little bit more when you have more space after your inhale, exhale. Bring both arms up alongside your ears. Inhale, exhale, twist to the other side. Turn to look over your left shoulder. Place your left hand alongside your left hip and swing your right arm for a side body stretch to the left. Push in to the mat with your left hand and come all the way up to center. Send your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, your knuckles on the mat behind you, and open up your baby back bend. Inhale, and then exhale, come forward any amount. Don't push, it's still early in class. You can do that later. Inhale, come back up. Let's work a little bit on our necks, right? So send your right ear to your right shoulder. Again, it doesn't matter which side you start on. And come to center, other side. I notice I have more stiffness on one side than the other. Inhale to center. Exhale, send your nose to the sky. Bring your chin to your chest. Do that again twice more. And bring your head to center. Then turn to your right shoulder. Bring your chin down to your shoulder. And send your chin across your cheek like you're drawing a necklace on your chest. And then look up at the sky. Bring your chin down to your left shoulder and across. And then continue this at your own pace, going back and forth. And then the next time your chin is centered, pause there and lift your head up. Yeah. Okay. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Send your elbows out to the straight out and make circles with your elbows. Draw circles. You can go nice and slowly, or you can speed it up a little. And then pause and go the other way. And then pause. Bring your arms, your hands down by your hips. Okay. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Shake them out. Rotate your legs. Right. Good. Okay. Bring the soles of your feet together. Butterfly your legs. And bring your hands on your shins. And pause. And then let's do our cats and dogs. Let's start on an exhale with our cat arching behind us and come forward, your heart moving forward with your elbows bent, your arms are straight, and continue at your pace. And then the next time you're in your cat spine, pause, and then come up to your mountain spine. All right, good. Extend your legs. Bring your right knee into your chest. You're going to cross your right leg over your left, and you're going to wrap your arm around your right leg, look over your right shoulder. Bring your right arm alongside your right ear. Inhale, and then on an exhale, counter twist all the way to the other side. Your left toes are pointing to the ceiling, so that foot should be flexed. You're going to step your right foot away from your left and go far enough so that when we come up to a side plank, your knee will be over your ankle. So move it a little bit away, a little bit more than you might normally. Notice how your bottom leg is on the outside edge of that leg. And we're going to use our propeller arm to bring us up to a side plank. And bring it down. All right, good. Both legs straight out. Left one comes in, hug it. Cross it over the right. Wrap your arm. And look over your left shoulder. Remember that bottom leg, remember that extended leg is active. It's not falling asleep. Your toes are pointing to the sky. Left arm alongside left ear. Inhale, exhale, counter twist. On an inhale, step your left foot away from your right thigh. Notice how you're on the outside of your right leg. All right, and let's propel up. Just lift your hips. You're lifting your hips up for a supported side plank. And then slowly bring it down. Okay. So I think we're going to try, I think we're loose enough to try our, oh, let's do this first. One more thing. Okay. Legs straight out. Dandasana. Right. Inhale, bend your knees. Feet are flexed. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Excellent. Okay. Now bring your feet together again. And they should be far away enough so that you have this nice little diamond shape, right? And you're going to put your hands on your shins. You're going to stand nice and tall with your Tadasana spine. You're going to inhale and you're going to exhale, and you're going to come forward about 1/3 of the way. You're going to inhale and exhale and come forward a little bit more or a lot more. So your spine should still be long and straight. There will be a point at which that's as far as you can go, and that is when you will then inhale, exhale, and come all the way over your legs, bringing your nose maybe in between your legs as far as you can come. Now, you might want to hook your elbows around your shins, and that will give you a little leverage to bring you down a little closer. And how far you go down does not mean you're not getting the same benefit from this pose as if you go all the way down. As you become more flexible in your hip joints, you will be able to go down farther. Inhale back up. Right. Bring your feet in a little bit closer, about 1 foot's length, and butterfly your legs. Right. And pause. And we're going to do the same thing. So this time your hands are reaching past your shins. You're going to inhale, exhale, come forward with your mountain spine, your Tadasana spine. Inhale, exhale a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, go the full range, your full range, whatever that might be. And maybe you can get your nose to your toes or your something. I'm not there. I'm not there. And your elbows hooked around your shins, same thing. Inhale back up. All right, so now you're going to come as far in as your body will allow you to. Your heels, there are some people who can bring their heels all the way to their hips. I'm not one of them. So butterfly, right? And pause. Okay, you can stop butterflying. Inhale. Exhale forward, and you may be able to hook your elbows a little sooner with your legs closer to you. Inhale, exhale, inhale, come all the way down over your feet. It's okay if you touch your feet. You can put your hands in front, but don't use don't pull on your feet to bring yourself down a little bit more. You want to make this more about your legs, more about your hips. Yeah. And inhale all the way up. Stretch out your legs, shake them out. Okay. Come to hands and knees. So get your alignment, right? And we'll always, I can never be in this pose and not start with cats and dogs. Just a couple, just a few of them. And feel your spine expanding and contracting, curling and arching. And then come to a neutral spine. Walk to the top of your mat if you aren't already there, so you have room to stretch your leg out behind you. Send your right leg back behind you. All right. And now you're going to lift it hip high. Now, my leg may not look absolutely straight, but the effort here is to try and make it straight. And I have problems with my knees, so it doesn't get quite so straight as I'd like it to be, but that's okay. And send your left arm alongside your left ear. Look forward. Bring it down. Hand and knee. Left leg. Lift it. Stretch your right. Bring it down. All right. Send your left leg back behind you. Right leg, I'm sorry, right leg. Lift it hip high. Send your left arm straight out. Bend your right knee. Send your foot a little bit over to the left so that you can take hold of it with your left hand and look forward. Like a pointer dog. Right. And release. Other side. Left leg goes back. And don't go too quickly from one step to another, because you want to always give your body, your joints, a chance to transition with ease. All right. Right arm. Bend left knee. Reach for left foot. Look forward. Release. All right. Come to child's pose for just a bit. You're just sending your hips to your heels. So it's not a big child's pose, because you want to lift your hips, come forward, send your heart between your arms. Send your hips back. Lift your hips, send your heart forward, lengthen your legs. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. And begin to walk your dog. Once you have your dog, you're totally satisfied with your Adho Mukha Svanasana alignment, then you can walk your dog, your Svana, your dog. And then come back to your dog, right? Come forward to plank. Bring your knees to the mat, bring your hips to your heels. Bring your heart forward between your arms. Turn under, your toes should be turned over, downward facing dog. So leave your toes turned under. Plank. Knees, hips to heels. Come forward, downward facing dog. Send your left knee down to the mat underneath your left hip. Swivel your right foot on the mat, fan open to the right. Line up the arch of your right foot with the toes of your left foot. All right. Send your right arm alongside your right ear and your toes in the opposite direction. Open up your heart for a full side body stretch. Come back to that fan position we started in. Your right foot flat on the mat, on your, what do you call that thing? The sole of your right foot flat on the mat. Send your shoulder over your wrist. Lift your right leg. Right. Maybe bend your right knee, take your right foot and open up. Side to the side. Beautiful, everyone. Very nice. And release. Bring it down. Okay. Send your left leg back behind you. I'm going to turn around. Swivel your foot. Fan open. Shoulder over wrist, lift left leg. If you wish, bend your knee, take your foot, and open up to the side. Beautiful, everyone. This is so nice that I can see you now. And release. Bring your knee down. Send your hips to your heels. Take a breath. All right, so we're going to do a little bit more on our hands and knees. All right, so before we do that, let's shake our hands out and do the reverse thingy here, bend. All right, and then come back to hands and knees. So this pose is called the hydrant. All right, and I don't know that there's any Sanskrit word for it. So you're going to send your right leg right out to the side so your knee and your shin is parallel to the floor. You're going to swing your knee and your leg all the way around as far as you can to the left. Look over your left shoulder to find your left foot. Yeah. And then you're going to bring your knee, your whole leg back behind you and send your knee to your elbow or your upper arm. And then you're going to continue to go back and forth, circling that leg, trying to keep it parallel with the mat, with the floor. All right, I'm going to do this a couple more times. And then bring your knee back down. All right. Other side, lift your left leg. Send your knee and shin all the way around you to find your foot. Look over your right shoulder. Swing it around for your knee to touch your arm, and then send it back the other way. And continue. And then bring it down. Sit on your heels, shake out your wrists. All right. Okay. So come on to one side or the other and send your feet out in front of you. So let's just start in Dandasana. Send your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, send your right fingers to your left toes or ankle or calf, whatever you reach. Your left arm swings back behind you. Look for your left hand. So we did this with our foot a minute ago, now with our hands. Let your left arm reach up, your fingers to the sky, and come down and cross your left over your right. So your hands might be on your shins, on your ankles, or on your feet, wherever they are. You want to bring your torso, your upper body, bending from your hips as far down as is comfortable. Release your right arm, send it behind you. Look over your shoulder to find it. Reach for the sky with your right arm and cross and fold. Inhale, come back up to sit, unfold. Right. So you're going to lean back now, lean back a little, and then come onto your forearms. You know, like you're watching a movie or something on your back. So your elbows are under your shoulders as best as possible. Yeah, it's hard to tell if they're there. All right, feet are flexed. You're going to bring your knees in towards your nose and then lift your legs up to the sky. And then you're going to bend your knees slightly and begin to ride your bicycle. And then pause and backpedal, opposite circles. Try to keep your feet in line with your knees, with your hips, so that maybe you have lines in the ceiling or the wall that you can follow. And then pause, bring your feet down. If it becomes uncomfortable to lean on your elbows like this, you can come all the way down on your back and still do these exercises. This just gives you a little bit more, you're working a little bit more your upper body as well. So legs up, scissor left to right, one leg in front of the other. Come to center, scissor back and forth. Pause, bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. And now you'll slide all the way down onto your back. All right. Send both your legs up to the sky. Send your arms straight out to the sides in a T shape, palms facing upward. If you find, as we're doing this, if you find that you feel more grounded with your palms down, then by all means, rotate your whole arm so that your palms can be down. So you're going to, on an inhale, you're going to send your right leg down, hovering over the mat. Exhale it up. Inhale your left leg down. Exhale it up. Inhale, exhale, and continue. All right, that was twice. You're going to do this 4 more times. Use those abdominal muscles as you do this. This is a core strengthener, and it's also good for your back. But use those abs. I lost count now. So Bill, will you tell me when we're done? We're done. Okay. Bring your feet to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Then keep your knees right where they are. No, first we have to do something else first. Bring your feet back down to the mat. Lift your hips and send them over to the left. Then bring your knees back into your chest, opening up your arms straight out in the T shape. Inhale and then exhale. Send your knees toward your elbow, your right elbow. Right. And lift your right shoulder a little bit so that you can place your left shoulder a little bit flatter on the mat as you look over your left shoulder. Straighten your bottom leg so that your toes come toward your fingers. Then straighten your top leg. So the goal here is, again, you're working on hip joints, you're working on strengthening your legs. You don't want to send your fingers to your legs, you want your legs to go to your fingers, and they go as far as they go. You know, every body is different. Bend your knees, bring them to center, bring your feet back down on the mat, come through center and over a little bit, just an inch or two. Send your hips a little bit past center. Bring your knees into your chest. Send them to your elbow as close as possible. So what I'm going to do now is here, I'm going to lift my left shoulder, and that allows me to put my right shoulder, both shoulders, down flatter on the back as I look over at my right hand. Straighten your bottom leg towards your fingers, the toes towards your fingers, and then the top one. This is Jatata Parivottanasana. It is the belly twisting pose. Belly turning is the word. Bend your knees, bring your knees to center, and place your feet on the mat. All right. We'll do another variation of that later on a little bit, but first we are going to come to stand up. So roll over onto whichever side you prefer and make your way up to stand. All right. Okay. So Tadasana, right? You have to know this by heart by now, right? Come to your mountain. Lift your ribs. Lift the crown of your head. Your chin remains level with the earth. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring your prayer to your heart. Inhale, gather. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Bring your prayer to your heart. So this prayer pose, this mudra, which is a gesture, is called Anjali Mudra. And it means intention or intent. And so that indeed is your prayer, right? Right. Bring your arms out again and bring your prayer back down. Okay. So come to the top of your mat. You're going to inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Your hands can be on your shins, on your thighs, or streaming alongside your hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right leg all the way back, coming into a low lunge. So feel your low lunge. Make sure your hips aren't sticking out to the left, that they're even, they're square, right? And then place your right hand flat under your right shoulder, left hand on left thigh, and twist as if you wanted to bring your belly button to your thigh. And once you've twisted as far as you can, send your arm straight out from your shoulder. So the degree of your twist will depend on the degree your arm is reaching the sky. so that you don't send your shoulder too far back. Come back down. Step your left leg back, downward facing dog. All right. Come forward to plank. I'm going to do a side plank here, and you can choose which side plank you do. You could do the one we did earlier with your leg outside the mat, or you can spread your feet apart and swivel both feet, or you can stack your feet, one on top of the other, your legs and your feet, and look up, maybe. Bring it down, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot forward and plant your left foot flat on the mat. For warrior one, legs. Notice if your knee is over your ankle and that your back legs, your foot will be at a slight angle and it's in a separate lane from your left. You're going to swing your arms back and bring your warrior up from the earth. Anjali Mudra. Look up at your prayer. Bring it down to your heart. Send your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra behind you. Open up your heart, brave warrior. Inhale, exhale, come forward, hovering alongside your thigh. If you wish to go deeper, you'll inhale and then exhale, come inside your leg and send the crown of your head towards the mat. Your knuckles may go straight behind you or up to the sky. Square your hips. Push your feet into the mat to bring you back up. Release your arms. Bring your arms up overhead and down to the mat. You're going to step your back foot over to the right to be in line with your right foot, your right heel. You're going to place your right arm, your hand on the mat, inside your right leg and fan open to the left. You're going to push your feet into the mat and just unwind to come in to your warrior two. You're looking over, sorry you're seeing my back, but you're looking over your right fingers, sizing up your battle. You're going to reach to the sky, peaceful warrior. You're going to come back to warrior two. You're going to send your palms away from you, so your pinky is facing the mat. You're going to swing your left arm to meet your hand, meet your right hand. And you're going to pull on your bowstring, pull it all the way back and let it go. Twice more, pull on that bowstring, let it go. Pull and let it go. Challenge met, right? You're going to windmill your arms back down to the mat, swivel your back foot so that your toes are pointed forward. You're in a high lunge, you're in a low lunge, and you're going to step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Right. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your right knee, open up your hip. Close your hip. And keep your knee bent, and you're going to do a hovering plank. So that means you're going to bring your knee underneath your torso and come forward to plank with your knee bent, hovering over the mat. Back to three-limb dog. Hovering plank. Back to three-limb dog. This time, you're going to bring that knee all the way down between your hands and place your knee down inside your hands. So this is not pigeon. Your shin, your bottom leg is underneath your thigh. Right? And you're going to walk your left leg back, bring your knee to the mat. Bring your shin to the mat, your foot. And you're going to come up into this beautiful swan on this glassy lake. And it looks so delicious. You're going to inhale, exhale, bend your elbows towards your waist and sip a little water. Inhale back up. Exhale, maybe this time you want to grab a little fish for lunch and come back up. One more time. And come up. Now, your option right now, if you wish, you could go right to down dog and then to child's pose and wait for us. Or you can slide your hands back behind you. Blocks would come in handy here. In fact, in this pose, if it's hard for you, or for your knees, this will help you relieve some of that pressure by using blocks, right? So then you want to send the blocks back. Open up your proud swan chest. Your wings folded alongside your body. And then bring your arms up and down. Turn under your toes. Three-limb dog. Bend your right knee. Step forward with your right foot. Step forward with your left. Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Left leg goes back. Left wrist under left shoulder. Right hand on right thigh. Steady your low lunge. And then twist to your right thigh. And when you've twisted as far as your body will allow, extend your arm. Bring it down. Downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. And get your feet set up for side plank. Downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward. Flatten your right foot on the mat, warrior one legs. Huh? Yes, left foot is forward. Did I say right? I'm sorry, left foot should be forward, right leg behind. So if you are on the wrong leg, please switch, because we did the other one before. All right, warrior one legs. Send your arms streaming alongside your hips. Bring your warrior up. Warrior one. Say your prayer. Bring it to your heart. Send your arms back behind you. Yoga Mudra, open up your brave heart. Inhale, exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, devotional warrior. Press your feet into the mat. Unfold, release your arms. Swing your arms out and up. Place your hands on the mat. Step your right leg behind your left, back at the end of the mat so that they're lined up, right? Place your left hand inside your left leg, your arm, all right? And fan open to the right. Press into your feet and bring everything right up into warrior two, right? Check your feet, check everything, and fix your warrior. Peaceful warrior. Send your palms away. Swing your right arm around, take that bowstring and let it go. Twice more. Swing your arms, bring your hands to the mat. Come back to a low lunge. Step back to down dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky, open up your hips. Close your hip. Keep your knee bent. We're going to do a hovering plank. Send your knee, your shin hovering over the mat into plank. Back to three-limb dog. Hovering plank. Three-limb dog. Hovering plank. Three-limb dog. This time you're going to place your knee on the mat, your shin on the mat. You're going to turn over your toes, bring your knee to the mat. You're on straight arms. Maybe you want to come onto your fingertips. Maybe you want to bring your fingertips back a little bit farther. Find that sweet spot for you where it's comfortable. And you bend your elbows and reach down to the lake. Come back up. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you come up. Once more. Okay. Place your hands on the mat. Turn under your toes. Oh no, wait. We have to bring our wings alongside our body. So you either do it with or without the blocks. They're very helpful here so that you're not so far down on your leg. And then come back, turn under your toes, lift your knee, three-limb dog. Bend your knee, step forward with your right leg, step forward with your left, Uttanasana.
stay down in Uttanasana. We're going to come all the way down on to our mat now. All right. Time got a little bit away from me. All right. And you're going to come all the way down onto your back. You're going to bring your feet to the mat, lengthen your spine. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders. And remember earlier, I told you we were going to come back to that spinal twist, only this is a very gentle version of what we did earlier. So you're going to send your knees to the left, your face to the right. A little bit easier. Bring your knees through center and over to the other side, your gaze to the other side. Bring your knees back, pointing to the sky, to center. Yeah. Send your right leg straight up to the sky. Send your left leg straight up to the sky, coming into our inversion. Of course, if you want to lift it a little higher, you'll bring your feet back down, slide whatever you have handy underneath for your inversion. Remember the position of your legs. Remember that invisible wall. And just allow this wonderful pose to cool your body. Bend your knees and make your way into Shavasana. Feel your breath, follow your breath as you feel your whole body caressing the earth. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am.
Take a deep breath and let it go. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet, waking up your body. Send your arms overhead, back behind you, your feet in the opposite direction for a big full body stretch. And bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Then bring your knees to center and roll over onto your right side, because today is one of those days where we want to suppress the sun a little hot out there. So you want to expose your cool side, your moon side, your left side, as you get comfortable in your fetal position. And then make your way up to sit. Take your time. So in a place of our meditation today, what I thought would be a great experience is to do a chant. And that would be the chant of Om, the AUM. And I'll show you how to pronounce it, how to do it. And it takes a little work with your mouth. So you start with an ah. So it's oh. So you make a circle with your lips. Oh, and then go to your mm. So let's try that again. Oh. And it doesn't matter if you're, if you are a soprano or a alto or such, because it really doesn't matter. It's the vibration that matters. It's such a vibrational sound. You'll hear it all through your body. So let's try it just one more time before we do the chant. So it's and don't let that go until it's done. All right. So what we're going to do now is chant that 3 times, and you may not need to make the forms with your lips. It might just come out naturally, but if it doesn't, you can do that. All right. So we'll begin on an exhale. So take a breath in. And we're going to do it 3 times. So, and before we stop, and don't wait for me. Just go. When you're finished, you go to the next one. And then when you're finished, you go to the next one. All right. All right. So here we go. Inhale. Oh. 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 Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you can still feel the vibration inside. And thank you all for being with me today. Namaste.